Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. Before I move on to telling you what we're going to do for reading today, I just quickly want to say well done to all of you. I am so impressed with all the work you've been sending me and how hard you've been working over the last 2 weeks. You guys are superstars. All right, let's get on to reading. Today for reading, we are learning to identify, so to find adjectives in a text. Now, yesterday we were finding adjectives in a text, but today I'm going to make it a bit harder for you, a bit more tricky, okay? Today, we are going to be finding adjectives that are describing the way something looks, and we're going to be finding adjectives to describe the way a character is feeling. Okay, boys and girls? Now, remember, adjectives are describing words. They give us more information about something. If we couldn't see the pictures in the book, we want to be able to form a clear image in our head. Okay, which is why it's so important for an author or a writer to use adjectives, okay? And it makes the text a lot more interesting. No one wants to read a boring book. All right, I'm going to start reading. Yesterday I think we read up to the end of this page here, but I might just back up and reread so that you know, so we don't forget what happened last, okay? When they got to the pond, Mother Duck and the little ducklings all swam off. The funny grey duckling was left behind. Go away, said the goose. You are ugly. Now, there are lots of describing words on this page. I'm just going to quickly go back to the first sentence, and I want you to think about an adjective that you've heard. When they got to the pond, Mother Duck and the little ducklings all swam off. Now, there's a word to describe the way the ducklings look, okay? Little. Little, the word little is giving us more information about the way the ducklings look. So the author has used that word to help us form an image, a picture in our mind, okay? So on this side, I'm writing the word little because it's describing the way the ducklings look, okay? Let's read on and see what other adjectives we can find. The funny grey duckling was left behind. Go away, said the goose. You are ugly. So the grey duckling is the duckling is being described in lots of different ways. The author has told us that the duckling is grey, okay, and there are other characters in this book who are calling the duckling ugly, okay, which is very mean, but it's another adjective, okay. So we've got grey and we've got the word ugly. All of these words are describing the way something looks, okay. Let's see if we can find anything else. You are not one of us, she said. The funny grey duckling went back to the barn, but the fluffy yellow ducklings wouldn't play with him. Oh, I want you to think about that sentence. Are there adjectives in that sentence that describe the ducklings again? I'll just reread it. But the fluffy yellow ducklings wouldn't play with him. So the ducklings on this page are being described as fluffy and yellow. Let's see if we have those words up on our board. Nope. We can add them. Fluffy and yellow. Two more adjectives that are giving us information about what the ducklings look like. Okay, and there they are. The little duckling was very sad. Now we have a long list of words that are describing the way something looks. I wonder if there is an adjective in this sentence that you can think of that is describing the way somebody feels. I'm going to reread it. The little duckling was very sad. He ran away. Now we already have the word little to describe something's looks, the way something looks. But what word in this sentence describes the way the duckling feels? The little duckling was very sad. He ran away. So the word sad, boys and girls, is being used to describe the way the duckling feels. Yay, we can add our first word to this side of our board. Oh, I've written the wrong word, haven't I? That's not what I was supposed to write. Sad. Okay. Let's see if we can find at least one more to add on to this side of our board to describe the way something feels. Okay. The funny grey duckling walked for miles until he came to a cottage. A little old woman gave him some corn and milk. We've got some great adjectives here to describe the woman, little and old, but they don't describe the way someone feels. A little old woman gave him some corn and milk. Go away, said the hen. You are eating all my grain. Go away, said the cat. You are drinking all my milk. And don't come back, said the cat and the hen. How nasty. The funny grey duckling went back to the pond, but winter was coming and the pond was turning to ice. The funny grey duckling was cold and hungry. He saw some fine swans fly over the pond. I want to go back to this sentence for a moment, and I want you to think about if there are any adjectives here to describe the way somebody feels. The funny grey duckling was cold and hungry. So the duckling, the grey duckling, is now being described as cold and hungry. Now these two words are not describing the way the character looks. Instead, they're describing the way the character feels, okay? Let's read to the end of those 2 pages and then we'll stop there. He saw some fine swans fly over the pond. I wish I could fly up in the sky with the swans, he thought. The swans did not see him. They flew far away. All right, we're going to stop there. We have a fantastic list of adjectives that we have found in our book. And this is why it's so important for an author to use adjectives. All these words are helping us to form an image in our head, okay? All right, boys and girls, it's now your turn. You're going to open up to a new page, and you can set your page up like I have if you like, and you can rule a line down the middle. And on this side, you can write adjectives describing looks, and on this side, you can write adjectives describing feelings. And I want as many adjectives as you can find, okay? And you need to organize them. If you go to the next slide in this PowerPoint presentation, you will see an example of how you can set your activity up, okay? Let's see how many adjectives you can find. All right, boys and girls, good luck, and don't forget to send your work through to me. Bye, everybody.